plus 1. And don't forget the 3x minus 2 at the side here. There's nothing to simplify here. It was just 3x minus 2, so that's why I just did that. Now 2 times all of this is going to be 2x squared minus 4x plus 2 plus 3x minus 2. Now I can simplify, collect like terms. So 2x squared, well, there's nothing that's like terms with x squared. But minus 4x plus 3x, that's going to be minus x. And plus 2 minus 2, well, that's just cancels out. So this is the answer. So f of x can be simplified to 2x squared minus x. And if you take a look at that, g of x is also exactly this. So g of x is equal to f of x. And that is the answer. They are equivalent because they algebraically look exactly the same. And the final way to do it is to graph them using graphing technology, or I guess, you can use Desmos, or you can use your own, you can graph it yourself. And if you were to graph them, you would get the exact same graph. That's how you know. Okay, so we did I. For the next one, I'm gonna show you the handout here. So here is exactly the same question that I just did, and I substituted a value of -1, 0, and 1, exactly like they did, and I got the exact same values. And then we algebraically figured it out, and we got the exact same values. And then the graph, if you graph it, they do look exactly the same. So perfect. Now for B. Let's do B. Let's see, one moment. Let me just check something. Let's do B. So be very careful. So here we have f function g, f of x, and g of x. So let's set values -1. Now remember, you don't have to set -1. You can set any value you want. Usually sticking with -1, 0, and 1 just has the numbers like smaller. Like if I were to pick like a value of 1,000, for no reason I'd be doing 1,000 squared. I get very large numbers. You could do it, but why deal with very large numbers when you don't have to? So -1 squared minus 2 times -1 is 8 over -1 squared 1 minus 12. So obviously -1 squared is just 1. Minus 2 minus 1, when you're multiplying, it becomes plus 2, which is minus 8. The bottom here we have, once again, 1 plus 1 minus 12. And the answer is, what's 1 plus 2? 3. 3 minus 8 is, -5. Over 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 minus 12 is -10. And we know that -5 and -10 can be simplified into 1/2. The negatives will cancel, and 5 over 2 is just 1/2. So boom, we're good. All right, let's do x plus 3. So -1. So -1 plus 2, or -1 plus 3. Well, that's just 1 over 2. And hey, what do you know? They're exactly the same. So that doesn't prove that they're equivalent. That just means that, hey, you know what? They're similar. There's a chance. Let's do f of 0. F of 0 is pretty straightforward. So I have 0 squared. Remember, 0 squared is just 0, because 0 times 0. Anything times 0 is just 0. 0 squared is 0. So these first two terms on both the top and bottom are just 0. So this becomes -8 over -12. -8 over -12. And remember, the negative signs cancel out. And 8 divided by 12, well, that can be simplified. 4, if I take a common factor of 4 out, that's going to be 2 over 3. That's just 2 over 3. And now here, if I plug in 0 here, this cancels out, this cancels out, just 2 over 3. So g of 0 is also 2 over 3. Once again, exact same answer. Let's try 1. F of 1. Okay, now I have to do the exact same thing. So 1 squared minus 2 times 1 is minus 8. All over 1 squared. Forget, what was it? minus 1 minus 12. All right, minus 1. Oops. Minus 1 minus 12. And that's going to be, well, that's 1 minus 2 minus 8 over 1 minus 1 minus 12, which is negative 10. And then 1 minus negative 10, that's minus 9 over negative. Actually, 1 minus 1 is nothing, so this is negative 12. And negatives cancel out. Once again, 9 divided by 12. Well, that's simplified by take common factor of 3 out, so it's going to be 3 over 4. All right, so 3 over 4. Here we have 1 plus 2 and 1 plus 3. That's pretty straightforward. 1 plus 2 and 1 plus 3, which is just 3 over 4. And once you know, well, what do you know? They're exactly the same. So there's a very strong chance that these are exactly the same. So let's simplify now. So this doesn't prove it. Remember, these are just testing points. You can only use these to disprove. So if the values were different, then you can for sure say, hey, look, I didn't get the same answers. So these are obviously not the same functions. But if I'm getting the same answers, then I have to algebraically prove it. And I have to simplify